Now let's get to understand the seed litigation debate. The Seeds and Plant Varieties Act, that's of 2012, regulates seed transactions, including testing, certification and control of imports. The Act requires registration of persons growing crops for seed production or selling seeds. The law prohibits the sale of seeds that are deleterious, uncertified, or haven't undergone purity or germination tests. It provides for the grant of proprietary rights to persons breeding or discovering new plant varieties. Furthermore, selling uncertified seeds and not being a registered seed merchant can also result in a fine of up to 1 million shillings and/or imprisonment of up to 2 years. Now, civil society groups including Greenpeace Africa, Kenya Peasants League and Biodiversity and Biosafety Association of Kenya, BAMBA, have Thursday lauded the Court of Appeal's decision temporarily halting the importation of genetically modified, that's GM crops, into Kenya. Now, according to them, the decision made on 7th of March this year provides for an opportunity to reassess the country's agricultural policies. This coming on the backdrop of the much anticipated game-changing seed litigation case that will define the future of farmer-managed seed systems across Kenya.
Hii mambo ya Seed Act inasema ya kwamba hatuwezi kubadilishana mbegu. Lakini tukiangalia kule mashinani pahali ambapo wakulima asili wanatokea, ni wale watu ambaye saa zingine hawana uwezo. Mkiangalia mnaona kama hizi mbegu ambaye zinatakikana tununue ni za bei ghali sana. Pia ni mbegu ya kupandwa tu mara moja, hauwezi tena kurudia tena kuipanda. Sasa inaonekana ni faida kwao, lakini ni hasara kwa wakulima. Kwa hivyo tunaomba hii mambo ya Seed Act waangalie vizuri, waiangaze vizuri.
True agricultural progress means strengthening what already works, and we already have a farmer management system. Why can't we support that? Why can't we empower our farmers? Why can't we do that so that we can be able to own our seeds and not let our seeds just be on a few corporations' hands? So as we are going towards May, we want to still call on the government. We want to call on all the stakeholders to please be on the lookout. You can be able to do one thing about food is it concerns all of us as Kenyans.
All GMOs will solve hunger, but do they? Do they increase food access for people who go to bed hungry every night in the country? Do they make food more affordable for struggling families? No. No, we say again no. What they do is create a system where farmers are forced to buy seeds year after year, season after season, where our farmer-managed seed systems varieties are pushed aside and where our soils are soaked in toxic agrochemicals just to keep these crops alive. It is not about feeding Kenya, it is about controlling Kenya's food system.
Now on Friday, Kenya will join the world in commemorating the World Forest Day. The Kenya Forestry Service will be marking the day at Chepalungu Forest Block in Bomet County in what will see KFS and other government and private entities participate in the tree growing in different parts of the country. With the government intensifying its efforts to grow 15 billion trees by 2032, let us now take a look at how many have actually been planted so far by 5th of March 2025. The total trees grown was 751 million, with the public sector taking a lion's share of 536 million trees, while the private sector having planted 215 million trees. Aside from World Forestry Day, that's tomorrow, on Sunday, the world will be commemorating Meteorological Day on Sunday, as I said. And of course, the World Meteorological Organization's State of the Global Climate Report has stated that 2024 was confirmed to be the hottest since records began 175 years ago, beating the previous record in 2023. The report released yesterday shows that the oceans continue to warm and sea levels continue to rise. Further tropical cyclones, floods, droughts, and other hazards in 2024 led to the highest number of new displacements recorded for the past 16 years, and it contributed to worsening food crisis and caused massive economic losses. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has now called upon leaders to seize the benefits of cheap, clean renewables for their people and economies. Just hear that again, 175 years of recording the temperature and of course the climate in the world. And 2024 happens to be the warmest, the hottest so far. If that doesn't, just scream for some sort of help, I don't know what will, but I'm glad that we're having such conversations here on Green Fix, because something needs to be done, and it starts with you and I. As we do know, climate change is real, and that right there is proof of that. Anyways, moving on, an oil spill in Esmeraldas, northwestern Ecuador, is spreading, contaminating water sources and endangering both wildlife and human health. Authorities have declared an environmental emergency in Esmeraldas province last Sunday as crude oil seeped into rivers and farmlands. According to the Ministry of Environment, Water and Ecological Transition, that's MATE, more than 8 kilometers of water have been affected, including areas in the Quininde and Esmeraldas cantons, causing unprecedented damage to wildlife refuge areas, affecting mangrove vegetation and its fauna. Local communities fear long-term health consequences, while environmentalists warn of irreversible damage to the fragile ecosystem.